Hello everyone, welcome to another video in Get Smart in Art. So today I'm going to talk to you about presenting your work, and I'm going to use photography as an example. So this is my own photo shoot in which I've done. This template can be used, it doesn't just necessarily have to be used for photography, it could be used within any kind of presentation that you may have. So it could be artwork, it could be sculpture, it could be textiles, it could be graphics, anything that you are using as your medium. Now I'm using photography and drawing and digital collage as my mediums in this project, but you can use, you can tailor it to the medium in which you're using. So far we have identified our theme, we have researched, we've then gathered 4 to 5 photographers, artists or designers based on our theme. We've then gone through how to analyse their works, and now we are ready and we have produced a photo shoot. What you need to have on this board or on this theme in terms of the work that you have produced from influence of the person you've looked at is this. These are the key points, because you're hitting and targeting a number of assessment objectives if you present your work in this way. You are presenting AO2, AO3 and AO4. So you're looking at the refining, the recording and the presenting. You are also developing as well. So, I kind of go back on what I've just said. Actually, you are hitting all assessment objectives, but primarily what you're going to be getting a chunk of marks from is much of AO2 and AO3. So that refining and recording. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. So we've done our AO1, which is obviously developing. So you've looked at someone for influence. I've looked at Sashi Rawat's work, his photographs as influence. What I've then done is planned my photo shoot. So all of these boxes, within all the boxes that you see, there needs to be a written element. Now you would have had the template, the video on the template in which I gave you in the website that I asked you to use, which is a really good resource. So we've done our written analysis. Now it's time to plan our photo shoot. How are we going to take photos here? So you need to identify the equipment in which you're going to use, lighting, props, settings, etc. All of this is very, very important, because what happens more often than not is that you'll just go to take photos and you'll realise that you'll need perhaps some soft boxes, or perhaps you'll need a different lens on your camera, or perhaps you'll need those props to help you photograph effectively. And knowing what settings you're going to use, especially if you're photographing natural forms, is key. It saves you a lot of time. So again, we're going back to this whole concept of working smart. So you need to put your plan here. When I say here, I don't actually mean there. It could go anywhere on that page, but this should be included. From then, you're going to take your photographs. So that contact sheet is really important. I'm going to show you examples of this. Even the photos that have not worked must be presented, because you're getting marks for recording the AO3. The recording is key. So we've done AO1. We're now moving into AO3. We're now going into AO2, so the refining. So from your photographs, you are going to select the most effective photos in your opinion. I've just used 3 in this example. However, I tend to get my students, it depends on the quantity that's taken. I would say 4 to 5 edits. These are not fixed numbers. This is just, based on my experience here. Other teachers may disagree. You might say, actually, no, I want my students to have 10. Or students, you're welcome to disagree as well. I'm just showing you my process of working. So it should be taken quite lightheartedly. It can be adapted, but I'm just sharing with you my structure. So from there, you will then select, as you can see, I haven't selected the same edits as the final prints, but it's just an example for you to see. So you've done your editing, which obviously you need to annotate. You need to say, what have you changed within that photograph? Have you simply just cropped it? Have you had to adjust the brightness and contrast or exposure? What program did you use? Did you use Lightroom? Did you use Photoshop? These are really important things. And then from there, you'll then present your final outcomes, the final prints from this photo shoot. This is not the final piece. However, you are hitting AO4 because you're presenting. So as you can see here, we have touched upon all the assessment objectives. So let me just go over this one more time. AO1, then you've got AO2, we're jumping back to AO3 and AO4. All of the assessment objectives are presented onto one board or slide, however you wish. Obviously, if you're going to do this digitally, you'll need to have a number of slides in order to get, the quality, for it to look visually appealing, and for the moderator or for your teacher to actually be able to read through and understand everything. However, adopting this pattern and this way of working and this, let's say, formula is really important. I found this has worked. Students, if you're new to doing this and you want to try this, I guarantee you after a certain time, you're going to memorize of how to present your work. And actually, this can be adapted. Like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be photography. It can be drawing, painting, sculpture, graphics, textiles, any medium in which you wish to use, it's applicable for. So I'm just going to escape now and just come here. So just to show you an example here, actually. So contact sheet is here. I've then screenshotted that contact sheet. I've then got my edits here, as you can see. So let's just pick a few at random. And there should be one more here. So my final prints will be these. So I have 4 final outcomes, and there you go. That's basically how I feel, with this way of working. It's very effective. Again, we're saving time. It's a formula which you can adopt throughout every single stage when it comes to presenting your work. All your assessment objectives are evident on one board. Let's just go back to that board again. Let's just enlarge. We go. So you can see everything there. Everything's there. It's clear. If you adopt this method, when you go on to producing work after the next person that you've looked at, you know how to work. And when you look at your work as a whole, when it comes to looking at the body of work you produced, and when you're ready to produce your final outcome, it will all be there. You'll be able to select from each board that you've done if you print it, or if it's a digital version, exactly the same thing. I'm going to share this PDF file on my Instagram page if you wish to use it. Obviously, feedback is always welcome. If you have a different way of working and you feel that's more effective, or you'd like to share that, very, very happy to receive your feedback. Thank you very, very much for watching. See you soon in another video.